Meantime, there's a story that's brewing in the energy market. We have Russian President Dmitry Medvedev. Apparently, the president has been in Beijing hoping to sign a key deal on gas pricing with China. But Russia's Deputy Prime Minister Igor Sechin today said the two countries are still in talks on a gas deal. He says Russia is more than ready to supply all of China's increasing demand for gas. Russia, which has the world's biggest gas reserves, is keen, of course, to diversify its exports away from Europe by building new pipelines and selling gas overseas in the form of liquefied natural gas. Let's get more now with our guest, Fereidun Fesharaki, Chairman, Facts Global Energy. Of course, Mario Singh, our guest host, is still with us. Fereidun, good to have you with us. Russia still not being able to supply China with gas. How big a setback is this for Russia? Of course, China's consuming. It's one of the world's largest energy consumptive countries.
Well, this deal has been discussed 10 years. There's nothing new about it. It's a logistical nightmare bringing it from Russia to China. Northeast China, where it's a coal country, Chinese, they don't want to pay much higher prices than they pay for coal. So it's a logistical issue and price issue. But the Chinese will buy eventually from the Russians, as they buy today from Turkmenistan. They will be buying from Burma and a huge amount of LNG from the Middle East to Australia to Malaysia. So they don't mind buying, but they want to pay the right price.
So who's going to foot the bill for building that pipeline from Russia to China? Will it have to be ultimately Russia in the end of the day?
Yes, indeed. The Russians have to pay for it to the Chinese border. And then the Russians, when they bring it to the Chinese border, they want to add the cost to the price. And the Chinese want to pay what is the right price. So I think that the Chinese are here being very judicious.
Very judicious in the meantime, hammering out the details, as you were mentioning, Fereidun. This is Nicole Lappin in the United States. There are some that say that commercial contracts could be ready, though, by the middle of next year. Do you believe that?
I think it's possible. As I said, it's been discussed for so long. The issue really is who is footing the bill and what the price would be at the Chinese border. The Chinese are paying very high prices, $10 to $12 a million BTU to the Turkmenistan at the moment. That's like double the price of gas in the United States. So it can work eventually, but the Chinese will take their time to make sure that it's judicious, because all the contracts are long-term, and you have to be careful before you sign 25-year contracts.
Fereidun, it's Rossi, with that high price, how much of a buyer's market might we be entering here? You're talking about that for gas for buyer's market. Does it apply to an oil market as well?
No, it's a totally different story. Gas prices in the East are indexed to the price of oil. Gas prices in the United States and Europe are indexed to the price of gas. So U.S. gas prices are 1/3 of the Asian gas prices. As a result of which, the buyer's market that you're talking about is emerging as far as the liquefied natural gas is concerned. And I think this beginning from middle of next year for several years. But I think the Chinese want to pay a price which is in line with the international practices. And the Russians want the Chinese to pay for the pipeline transportation cost.
Fereidun, whether it's gas or oil, which one is more vulnerable to the economic global slowdown we're seeing right now? Is it going to be oil, which is going to take a bigger hit, or is it going to be gas?
No, I think the impact is higher on the gas, on the oil side, because oil is something that you buy on the spot basis, you short-term contracts, no contract is more than 1 year. Gas contracts are 15 to 25 years. So really long-term reliance on gas. You don't switch away from it very quickly, but you do from oil.
Very quickly, what's your price target for crude oil?
It's $70 to $80 in the next 2 years, and then going up later on.
All right. Fereidun, thank you very much for your views. Good talking to you.
Thank you.
Fereidun Fesharaki, Chairman, Facts Global Energy. Ross.
Yeah.